Hey y'all, welcome back to the Hot Rod Dad channel. Glad you came. Hope you stay. Like, subscribe, comment, share, etc., etc. Today I am in Sparta, Tennessee. I've just stopped here at my buddy John's house to take a look at what he just dragged in. And if you like big Chevy trucks, you're going to want to see this. So y'all stay tuned. Hey John, what you working on?
Hey Dennis, got a 1954 GMC Texaco gasoline truck.
So you just drug this in. Tell me a little bit about how you acquired this beast.
Well, I actually found it on Facebook. Tommy Williams, Scooter, he had posted it up on Facebook that it was at a salvage yard down in Rutherford County.
Really?
And so I saw it and I thought, I've got to check that out. So I went and down and looked at it and wound up buying the old girl.
And so this is a GMC, what year model did you say?
54.
54. Mm-hmm. So it's got the one-piece windshield in it right there. Mm-hmm. Prior to 54, they had the V-butted windshield.
Yeah.
So do you know any history about this truck?
Not really, other than I was told it was a Texas, come out of Texas.
So so you just salvaged this from the crusher.
Yeah, the guy that at the salvage yard said the owner, which I've never spoke to really, I work through the salvage yard man, said he brought it in there and said, if you can't sell it, cut it up.
Wow.
He said he just didn't have the heart to cut it up, and I guess that's when Scooter put the video of it on Facebook. And,
what a save! You don't see those tanker beds like that very often.
No, and I've never saw one with a cargo area in the rear like that truck's got.
And this thing has apparently lived most of its life inside.
Yeah, it's very solid cab, 5-window cab too.
There, you don't see the typical rust in the floorboards and the cowl and the cab corners and everything.
One kick panel over there got a little rusty spot in it, but other than that, the floorboard's solid in it.
And you can just faintly see the Texaco. Now you said you've already named it.
Yeah, Ethel.
I suggested Big Tex, but playing off of the Texaco thing there. So what's the plans with it?
Just I've got it where to run. I'm gonna put the drive shaft's been taken loose in it. I'm gonna put the drive shaft back in it, get it where I can move it around, give it a good pressure wash, and I'd like to see how much trouble it's gonna be to get the brakes. Just get it where I can move it around.
Yeah,
I've got some other projects I need to complete before I really get too involved in it. But
and you said this was originally a hydromatic truck.
Hydromatic truck. It's got a, but now it's a 5-speed. But and you can see right there on the back of it says.
Yeah. So was it?
I guess it went out or had trouble with it or whatever, and I changed it over to a standard shift.
I'm assuming this was a factory optioned bed, or was these made from an aftermarket company?
I'd say it's an aftermarket.
Very solid.
It is very solid.
It is incredibly solid.
Back in you can see back in this cargo area here, it's got a little rust through, but that's no big deal to fix that. But I've never saw one with the rear like that.
It's got a little storage area right here in the back.
I guess you could haul drums of oil or cases of oil or
a piece of diamond plate. Fix that right up.
Oh yeah, that's easy to fix there. But,
and it's all still intact. That is so cool.
Yeah.
It even has the
still got the
pumps and stuff in here.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, it's not been disturbed very much. And
bonus points for it being a 5-window right there.
The only thing is it's got 40 or 50 back doors on it. I don't know, they changed the doors for some reason. It's made for the one single window. It's not got the...
Yeah. These trucks have all got a story if they could just tell you.
Yeah.
So any of you guys that have watched the channel for very long will recognize these two trucks. I've had them on there a time or two at different shows and stuff, and I love both of them. Very cool. Now, you want to tell us a little bit about these, where you found them, and what?
Well, this one came from just about, probably as the crow flies, maybe 5 miles from here. It was a farm truck, bought originally on the farm, new truck. And story goes, they had a load of hay on it, and the guy flipped a cigarette out and caught the truck on fire. Well, it burnt the cab out, so they went to the scrapyard, and you can see over here, they got a cab from a road tractor.
Mm-hmm.
And part of the coolness of this truck is all the fuel permit designations on it.
This is for operating in different states right there.
Back in the 50s.
Yeah.
And so I bought it, had a flatbed on it. I bought it and put the record boom on it.
Mm-hmm.
And it's
so
it
you
gets about probably as much or more attention than that other truck over there at the shows. People just love those trucks.
and you built the fenders for it.
Yeah, I had them rolled and put on there.
Well, those are nice, heavy duty.
Yeah.
And got
Try to make it period correct. All the lenses and the lights and everything on it are all mostly glass. There's a few plastic lenses on it, but it's
and it's got the little flatbed back here for a little storage.
yeah, it's got the
Nice little toolbox right there.
oh yeah, it's got the
That's cool. Got you an air horn up there on top.
yeah, got a train horn on it.
Yeah.
Got the good Altman latches in the door.
So you've done a few little upgrades on it here and there.
Oh yeah, yeah, it's
I like
got
the
a good running.
I like the chicken lights right there on the.
Yeah, it has a real good running 302 in it.
I like the stickers you got on the firewall there. Pretty cool.
Yeah.
And like you said, all the accessories right there
Yeah.
are period correct. So there's your Coca-Cola bottle opener.
Yeah.
I like the guards you got here on the corners there.
Yeah.
And what's going on with this one? You doing a little?
We're just a little maintenance work, putting new kingpins and bushings in it, and shocks and tie rod ends, new springs, getting it ready for the summer.
Yeah. So which one you bringing to the Smoky Mountain Truck
That
Nationals?
one, hopefully.
So you're bringing the old
I took this
green
one
one
last
here.
year,
Yeah.
so hopefully I can take this one this year.
So do either of these have a name?
This is Joe Marie.
Okay. So this truck's name is Joe Marie. You said?
Joe Marie.
So how did you come by that name?
Well, there was an old truck driver, was kind of a, I guess you'd say a legend around here back in the 50s and 60s.
Uh-huh.
They said he would get on, his wife was named Joe Marie, and he'd get on the CB radio, cutting up and going on, and he would say, "Oh, me, Joe Marie." And so some buddies of mine, they said, "You need to name that truck Joe Marie." So that looks, back in the day, back in time.
So I hear tell he's a little notorious for some reasons there.
Well, now the farmer that this truck originally belonged to, he was a character with himself.
Oh,
and,
okay.
He was had a wooden secret compartment back behind the cab inside the frame where he hauled his liquor at. He was a bootlegger.
So he was a bootlegger.
Yeah. But if you didn't know that box was there, you'd never see it. I mean, you had to know where it was to find it.
So it was back here behind the cab?
Yes, it was. Well, you can see where that piece of tread plate is now. But it was actually in under here.
Uh-huh.
And it was just kind of, the frame was floored. Of course, then, the bed had that flatbed on it. But you had to get down in here and reach up over and down to find it.
I see.
He had a pretty good system of it. And his sons, I talked to them, and they asked me, said, "Did you find that box?" I said, "Yeah, I found a box." I said, "There wasn't nothing in it, but I found it."
So this thing's got a very colorful past.
Yeah.
To go along with the colorful exterior.
Yes, sir.
So tell me about getting back into these trucks. You said you started out...
Started out in the antique tractors, pulling and showing.
Yeah.
And
you've still got a few wheel horses right here.
I still got a few of those, and I kind of got out of that, burned out on that, and I got into the rock crawling scene. Did that for, 5, 6, 7 years. And then I kind of fell back on my roots and got back in these old trucks and cars. And
so you said your dad was in the service station?
Yes,
business?
we had a service station when I was a kid up until I was 17 years old. So I grew up in a service station, and that's
always around.
That's where I got the gas and oil in my blood.
Always around these kind of old trucks, these old workhorses.
Yep, changing tires.
You know, I think that's what makes old trucks so popular, is because everybody can relate to them.
Relate back to them, yeah. So. Yeah, especially this era here, because there's so many of them, and farmers had them, and that kind of thing. So,
well, even younger people, I think, you know, they all have some relative, dad, grandfather, uncle, somebody
that had an old Chevrolet truck, you know.
And a lot of them can relate to, you know, riding around the old country roads and stuff like that. Yeah. So, awesome story. I love this little tidbit right here.
Yeah, that's the
tank on the side.
Tank for the train horn.
Oh, is it now?
Yeah.
That's really cool.
And the compressors are in that box.
Got an old fire extinguisher.
Yeah, look here.
Right there.
Last certification date was 69.
Very cool. More vintage lights up here. Yeah. And a great big old stoplight right there. So you got more of the numbers over here. On this side, we've got Arkansas. Was that Missouri? What's OTC? Oklahoma, Michigan, Mississippi. Huh, so this truck was operated in several states here.
Yeah. Yeah, can you imagine driving that thing now?
I don't think I'd want to. Okay.
And we just call that the green truck.
So you've done quite a bit of upgrading on this one. Got a little
I've got
V8 in that one?
350 in it, and hopefully if everything goes well, I'll have a 5-speed transmission in it for the show.
Oh, okay.
And the smoking, so I've got a 5-speed transmission to put in it.
So what's the rear end in this one?
It's got a 14-bolt late model.
Okay. And of course it's got that beautiful flatbed on it.
Yeah, I built that.
Can we take a peek inside right here?
Sure. It's pretty clean and original.
Yeah. This is a gorgeous, very solid truck. And I like that you've preserved what's there.
Yeah.
And updated a few things on it.
Oh, yeah. You got
to make it a nice driver.
Them a little bit where you can travel in them. They're very slow as the original.
Oh, yeah.
Horn.
Well, John, thanks for showing us around.
Thank you. Appreciate you coming by.
Nice save on Ethel here.
Yeah. Thank you.
Hope to see it at one of the shows here soon.
Yeah, maybe in a few year or two, maybe we might get it up there.
Hey, y'all. Thanks for coming along with me and checking out the latest addition to John's stable of fine GM trucks. Till next time, y'all get out there and build something.